So it's Friday the 5th of July and we are just walking along the Viking Way, not far from Carlton Scroop, and we're heading towards Normanby. And as you can see, there are lots of lovely wheat fields and we can hear yellow hammers, and we might be lucky today and hear a corn bunting, although we're quite a long way from where we heard one yesterday in the Wolds. We're right next to a beautiful barley field, and there are some oats growing along the edges and the pineapple weed and poppies. It's just perfect. And behind us we can hear a whitethroat in this tree here, I think. And so we'll now continue on to Normanby in the distance. You never know what sort of birds you might see. You might even see a red kite around here. I just love all these oats growing along the verge of the path. Absolutely beautiful. And these are my views, looking towards Barkston and Grantham in the distance. Sadly, along the Viking Way we've noticed there's a lot of ash trees that are suffering at the moment from ash dieback, and that means that they'll probably have to be cut, or they'll die. They'll die naturally. Whether they might be removed, I don't know. Also, quite a lot of the ivy is being removed from them. It's actually being cut down. It's very sad because it's going to change the landscape, and they're such beautiful trees. It's very sad. So we're now going to follow the footpath that takes us directly to Normanby Church. And what a fantastic footpath that looks. And these are my views of the cliff, the Lincoln Cliff. Here we are walking towards Normanby on the cliff, or Normanby End Cliff. We'll find out when we get there. And there's a light aircraft just going over. But yeah, we're walking through. Hey? Yeah. You enjoying it, Sweep? Come on, run ahead. Keep going, come on. Ooh, shit. Yeah, that's true. Hey. Just amazing. No, we're off of that now, I think. Yeah, this is just a footpath. Our dog Sweep, he a little bit dry at the moment. We're hoping to find some water, maybe in one of the ditches on the way up to Normanby. But it's very dry at the moment, so they might all be dried out. In the distance, up on that hill, there's a house that my dad always used to say he'd like to live in, because it's got a nice view of the area. And it will just come into view now up on the hill. There it is. And oh, if you look ahead you can see a partridge, not sure which type. Might be a French or an English. It's an English one, thank you. There's our ornithologist expert behind us, my other half, and we're heading along this track now. We're getting closer to the church. Ah, the church has just come into view. It's one with a tower, no spire on this one. So yeah, we're now at Normanton Church. We're just walking up to it now in hope that we might find some water for our dog. Some beautiful roses along the pathway. Beautiful. I bet they smell nice. This is one of the historic churches of many that you will find in Lincolnshire that's open to the public. And if we, do you want to go in, or we'll stop it there? We are inside the church. Beautiful building. But unfortunately there's no water, Sweep. We're just leaving the village of Normanton now, and we're passing some really lovely lime trees, and my other half just pointed out that you can see the browse line, which, as you can see, is parallel to the ground, and it's basically the point at which the sheep can no longer browse any higher due to their height, and that's what gives the shape of the tree that distinct shape. And now we're heading away from Normanton, and we're heading towards the Honington Beck again, up to the trees. Sweep met lots of sheep back there, and every time he laid flat, the sheep ran off. I wonder why. Does that stem back to some instinct in the sheep? And Sweep has finally found some water in the Honington Beck. He's found an access point to the beck, and it looks as though we're going to go through that gate and pass or head through another wheat field. So what is the name of this crop again, Paul, that we're going through? Tick beans. So these are beans that are for animal feed, we suspect. Having just tasted one, they're quite nice. They're very similar to broad beans. I guess they're related to them quite closely. So we're heading still towards Hough on the Hill. So we've arrived in Hough on the Hill. We're not going to go down to the village centre, but we are now going to head down this lane, Carlton Road, take another footpath, and that should take us back to the Newark Road where the car is.